All right, everyone, welcome back. You are listening to the Rival and Queen podcast. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Sarah.
And we've got a special guest, Marc. Welcome.
I'm back.
Our producer
Back.
from BNB Media.
This is, I mean, you're here every episode, but people don't usually hear from you or see you.
That's true. Well, present for most of the pandemic has not allowed me to be present for all of them, unfortunately. But yeah, I can't believe it's been 2 years. I can't believe it's been a whole season of Pany.
We are
Pany
back.
podcast.
Oh my God, the Pany podcast. And we are back with Marc this episode to wrap season 2, just like we did in our first season. And even still, we have India beer, India from Newfoundland. We are dropping back.
I know, I was thinking about that earlier, that last year, it was obviously pretty much exactly a year ago. We were sitting in Marc's parents' kitchen around the island drinking this beer, and Sarah was raving out to, I don't know if it was
The world.
Tomorrowland or whatever
Oh yeah.
soundtrack, because we were craving
Oh yeah.
to be around people. So happy we're able to be here.
I still listen to that
Yeah.
same soundtrack. So not much. A lot has changed in a year, but
so much.
some things are the same. The three of us are back together to recap a season with the same beer.
And I want
Same
to
soundtrack.
kick it off by saying that more recently, that we launched Waking Up with Rival and Queen, which has been so fun. Marc's been a guest on a Friday morning a few weeks ago.
That was one of the most fun hours I've had in a long time.
Did
That was great.
you love it?
I enjoyed it.
What did you like about it?
I don't know. I'm gonna enjoy this just as much. I enjoy talking to you too.
Aww. I think it is fun, and some people don't do or participate in lives themselves. So I feel like we kind of get them to do it, and they want to keep talking sometimes. We could go on for hours.
That's true. We could go on for hours. What is that from Home Alone? I could go on for hours, baby. Yeah,
Is that what it's from?
yeah. He's talking
It's
about Bonnie
the-
Bob and
It's
Cliff.
the movie, yeah.
Oh,
It's when he's replaying the movie.
Yeah, he's replaying the movie and she's like begging for his forgiveness in the angels with no soul or
you know that's a
something.
fake movie.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm sure everyone knows.
big
that.
Home Alone fans in this group. I've just taken us wildly off track.
Love
But
that. Love that movie.
I could go on forever, baby. I love that. No, the Waking Up with Rival and Queen has been a new addition to our kind of our thing. so-
Repertoire.
Our repertoire.
Yeah.
So if you're on Instagram, come and join us for your morning coffee on Fridays, 9 a.m.
Yeah, and if you know of anyone we should interview, let us know. Because we like to surprise each other.
We do like to surprise
But
each
sometimes
other.
we
right.
don't.
I always forget. This is a good reminder that I gotta find a guest for tomorrow. That's all good.
Yeah, they better be a good one, Sarah.
Excellent.
So yeah, here we are, August, wrapping up. Crazy. We're gonna take a break for a few weeks, do a live show, which we talked about.
Yeah, our live show is August 19th. So if you are already feeling like you're going to miss us and you're going through Rival and Queen withdrawal, come join us 7 o'clock on the Halifax waterfront. We're going to be in the Saltyard. Follow us on Instagram for details, and come down and see us live. And we'd love to see you and share a drink. And I mean, from afar, obviously,
But not too far.
but not too far. But it'll be our first live show. So come hang with us.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. Your voices are just gonna be echoing down.
Sarah's laughter
the
is gonna
waterfront.
be echoing all the way to Dartmouth.
If you're in Dartmouth, you can just pull up a chair at the Dartmouth waterfront and listen to me from there.
We'll be extra loud.
Oh, you know what? I'm sure everyone eating dinner at the Stubborn Goat Beer Garden will really enjoy the show.
We'll have to get some banners made or something, get some signage
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe some more merch.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Sarah's making notes.
I am making notes.
Well, we're gonna have a merch hut for sure.
Okay.
Oh, that would be so smart.
All right. We're making the notes. We got the perfect.
Amazing. Should we just dive right into it and kind of recap our most memorable and favorite moments this year? Season 2?
Let's do it. Let's relive season 2, the highlights. We did 48 episodes.
Memory lane.
Memory lane. We did 48 episodes of the Pany podcast. The
We didn't miss 1
pandemic.
week. We didn't miss 1 week.
We did not miss 1 week during the pandemic. And actually, one of the notes I made here was, and just for anyone listening, we are now calling it the Pany podcast, but it means pandemic, because I think that sounds
If
weird.
you're just walking into the room now, I'm not talking about underwear.
I want to make that distinction because it sounds like that a little
It
bit.
does sound like the panty podcast. Everyone was thinking it.
Panty.
So, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about is just, and I made a note about here, was just being so grateful for the podcast. It was really one of the things that got us through, or that got me through COVID and gave me some sense of routine and normalcy and work, was having this to focus on every week and purpose. It was,
And getting to talk to people that we probably couldn't in person at the time, or people from far away that we were able to connect with virtually, which is incredible.
yeah, it was really good that way. Like we were still able to make connections. So I feel like we didn't, you know, in a year where you kind of felt a loss for connection, we still got to make a lot of those connections and actually got to talk to people we wouldn't necessarily be able to connect with. Like they either were here in Halifax or just had more time in their schedule,
That's true.
which was kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
that we wouldn't necessarily
Thanks to
get
the
those-
panty.
Thanks to the panty.
Oh, the silver lining.
What about you, Mark? Did you like any reflections on looking back at the pandemic podcast here?
The panty podcast. I mean, we were just saying before we started recording that it's 48 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. And it's like, how did that happen? And here we are. But like, I would say, I was trying to think how many, like percentage wise, the ratio in the studio to Zoom, and it was probably close to 50, maybe 60-40.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
we probably did maybe a little less in studio.
Yeah.
Often, it was, pretty much off and on, right?
Yeah.
But we still made it work, and I feel like this time around we were used to it, so it wasn't as odd to not be in person, but I mean, in person's always more fun.
It also opened us up to actually doing a lot more remote episodes, which we haven't been doing before, which is kind of cool.
Definitely.
What about you? Do you have a reflection of the year overall, looking back at the Pany podcast?
I kind of share the same note that you did, that it kept, it's hard sometimes to fall out of routine, or we still kind of lose track of what day of the week it is because it's summer, but it was really nice to have that as a stable and fun thing that was extracurricular kind of
Totally.
segment, you know what I mean? Like a chance to just connect and keep going. So that's fun. We always have fun with our social media stuff in our lives. So that's always good to keep going too.
Yeah, and let us grow. I'd also very thankfully, the human connection was very important. I got some dates out of the podcast this year, so that was very important during the pandemic. A great contributor when you can't go out in real life and meet people.
Giving
so.
a whole new meaning to Panny podcast.
Podcast
now.
will give you dates.
Apparently.
Multiple podcasts. will give you
Okay,
dates,
well,
I'll tell you
good
right
to
now.
know.
Well, there we go. So thank you to the podcast. We're like talking about it as if it's a person, or I am. Anyways,
It's an entity.
it's an entity on its own. Ashley,
Yeah.
let's go around and do our favorite episodes of the year.
Okay, there's obviously too many to cover.
We
so
love them
hopefully We
all.
all cover a
Different
few
ones.
of
I got a
our
list.
favorites. So I want to start out with talking about the International Women's Day podcast, because that was epic. A collaboration of so many incredible women. We were on the news with Martina Calais and got to share, so many different voices and different perspectives about women and what that day means. We had awesome sponsors. That was just a really fun time. And that was before we got shut down again. So it was nice to spend that time with all the women in one place.
that was like days. I know, like there was like rumblings and we're gonna close down, and we were like, like we're doing this, and then literally I think like
Stop.
4 days later, we probably everything shut down. So we were very grateful to have been able to do that. That was an awesome experience.
That was awesome. And speaking, a few that come through that we did remotely, I loved connecting with Carla. She's so lovely. She was in
Yes.
Toronto.
Carla Saunders.
And Marika.
Oh yeah, Marika Starr. I love her. Actually, I was thinking about her on the way to
Thank
the
you for
studio
saying their
tonight.
last name, but I don't know why I'm just like,
No, I know,
everyone
because
knows
these
who
are
they are.
these are like our pals now. We love them. You're absolutely right. Marika Starr and Carla, we'll link their episodes in the show notes. And Carla Saunders, those were two great, heartful episodes. Oh,
And
damn.
also, I know we talked about this with Elise Hand when we were on Global News a few weeks ago, but was my favorite episode. One of them was with Tracy and Martina. comedians from Cape Breton, if you don't know who they are, but they were hilarious. It was during COVID. Sarah and I just sat back virtually and let them do their thing. They totally blew us away. And
Yes.
it's amazing how talented they are. And they just riff and come up with all these hilarious stories and ideas. And they stay in character so well. It's so impressive. And I hope we get to meet them in person.
Ooh, we should have invited them to the golf tournament.
You
Anyway.
did?
Imagine, maybe it's not too late.
Send her the invite.
We'll do another one. Well,
This is the invite if you're listening.
yeah.
Well, the golf tournament has passed at this point. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, the magic
Take
of
it.
timelines. Those are 3 great episodes. The Tracy Martino was basically just like a comedy show. So yeah, I
I don't know how they don't laugh at each other. I think that there's. a
we
few
could
times-
never do that.
No,
We'd be like,
the sight of you would make me die. I mean, within like
The
the
sight of
drag makeup. Oh, it's so fun. They were awesome.
Oh, well, yeah, you came into the studio to do the intro.
and decked ourselves out.
The best makeup I've ever seen you guys in since I've met you.
It was a makeover.
There's actually a photo of us of me, sorry, on my Instagram with my makeup done like that. And I just think like if people come across my Instagram and like just look at the photos, because I don't actually have that many photos that I put up there, but that's one of like the
Yeah.
prominent ones that's been
Wow.
like,
Okay.
if someone stumbles across. Anyways, hopefully they'll take a deeper look. All right, Mark, what about you? What have been some of your favorite episodes this past year?
That it's a tough call because I don't like to point out anything that when they're all great, but some of the like great memories I had when Quintrell Provo came on, that was awesome.
Yes.
When he serenaded us,
I know, he just breaks into song. I love that.
that was fantastic. I mean, old Steve Dixon, that was a,
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
great episode.
Yeah.
That's a funny episode.
In
Yeah.
terms of storytelling, that some of the stories he had to tell about what happened to him while playing hockey over in, was it Russia?
Yeah.
All over.
Hilarious, all over, he's all over Europe. Marika as well, like even though she was virtual, she actually came in to do an episode with Martina on her podcast. And Marika, she's the best. She's one of my favorite people for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, would have been nice to get Mr. Steve London in the studio for his episode, but
Oh, yeah.
We had I think
We
if-
talked
I
for
don't
hours.
I think it's better that we did it virtually because I think if we had been in the studio, we would have all been like talking for hours with Steve, and then we would have had like a 20-minute group embrace at the end, like
Yeah.
hugging is what I feel like very truly. We had so much fun. with
I think it
Steve.
was good for him too, because he was at the end of his 2-week quarantine coming from, was he LA or Toronto then?
Toronto, I think. I
And
don't know.
yeah, he came from LA. So I feel like he was just so amped to communicate and talk to people that he didn't know at that time. So that one was really fun. And it really bonded us all, I feel like, Sarah.
Oh my God, 100%.
yeah, those were all great. I know more, well, I knew 0%, zero knowledge on human design and was it breath work with Kundalini Yoga,
Mhm.
Mariah, and yeah, I mean, it's fascinating stuff.
I love those things.
I know you do.
All right, my favorites. What do I have here? Many of the same. Oh, so many that you guys mentioned as
That's
well.
so nice though.
But I do have a couple other favorites too. So Oslam, loved when we had her, and House of
Yeah.
Moda.
Yeah.
That was the first time we met, and we did that one in person for the first time in a while. So it was nice. We were back in the studio together, and as I talked on the episode, I had a huge girl crush on her. So it was so nice to actually like meet her and just have such a nice connection. I love and appreciate her so much. I really love that episode. The one we did with Kanar, I really love because I feel like Kanar Bell, he's so soulful and just really pursuing that and being true to himself and helping people kind of live their passion and connect to that. And I, as you know, resonate with that a lot. So that was a favorite conversation of mine for sure. And then the sibling episode when we had
yeah.
Greg and
Oh,
Jennifer
yeah.
on, like that was fun.
That was fun. And that was a bit of a change of pace for us.
So
But
different
a lot of people really liked that one because they were able to learn kind of different,
things about all of us. Yeah.
a little more
Yeah.
into our history of our lives there.
And I think it's
Good or bad.
also fair we gave Greg a voice rather than just talking about him as if he's like a mystery person.
Mhm.
We let
We
him.
don't talk about him as much as we used to.
We try to not upset him.
This is true.
I think he likes the anonymity. But he did come on the Sibling episode. That one was really nice.
Was that his first podcast?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
with us, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was on any other for that.
No, so that was a nice one, I think. And I know a fan favorite that a lot of people love and told us about was our episode with Chris Green. A great
Yeah.
story.
Oh my God, I forgot about Chris.
Yeah, there's so many, and there's
He's
so
the
many
best.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that one was a big fan favorite too. Like a lot of people wrote in about that one, which was amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Did you guys have any highlights from the last year
My life.
in your life or through the podcast? Like something that you look back on as like, what a cool experience.
Well, I mean, Ashley already mentioned the Women's Day was.
That was mine for
But
sure.
mine
Yeah.
too.
That
Yeah.
was so much fun, and we got everyone, all the female representatives from D&D
Mhm.
together, led by the two of you and Martina for International Women's Day. And that was, yeah, it was, everyone came together, and the golden hour that morning when you guys reported on the news, it's
At 7 a.m. Yeah.
burned in my head,
Hmm.
for lack of a better word. It was gorgeous.
I
It was
am
a
I am right
fantastic
there with
special
you.
day.
That was the best day.
I know it was. I will say it messed up my sleep patterns for 3 weeks because we had to get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
and it took me like
I did not get up
three-
at 5 a.m.
Well,
How long does it take you to get ready?
I was on the radio at 5:45 a.m.
Was it that early?
It was
I think it was like
early or 6
6:30.
a.m. We were on the radio.
Yeah.
Like it was like we had to leave. I had to leave to come down here at either 5:30 or 5:45 to be on the radio.
Never ask Sarah to get up early because she'll be screwed for 3 weeks.
Well, the only reason I was screwed is because literally the week before I had been out till 5 a.m. and then like 4 days later I had to get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was like my body did this horrible
Gender problems.
like switch. And I'm not normally up that late or up that early. And it was just like a shock to the system.
No, it was such a fun day. We had like a lovely morning prepping in the studio. Then everyone for the news, and then everyone came in later and we went to dinner that night. It was just like such a fun-filled, energetic day.
It was so much fun. That was definitely my highlight of the year. It was something new that we did. Martina approached us with the idea, and like with everything that we do, it starts as a small idea and it just grows.
We take on a lot sometimes.
And everything we do, we're just like, let's make this bigger. Let's get more people involved. It started with the 3 of us doing an episode. I'm pretty sure by the end there's like 8 or 9 people on the show.
You
That's how we
recorded
roll.
all afternoon. Yeah.
It was busy,
That's
and of
amazing.
course, we had time slots booked for all the different ladies, but we went wildly over on all of them. Like I felt so bad.
The place was decked out. It was so cool.
It was a really fun experience. And also it's just like, it was neat to collaborate with other podcasters. And I mean, Mark, you get to work with all of those women basically all the time. And we don't have that, like, especially this last year, we haven't had the luxury of collaborating with a lot of other podcasts.
Right. Hasn't been much overlap because of course the
No.
pandemic and just different schedules, but yeah, it was nice. That's probably the last time that many people part of D&D were in here.
Yeah.
And everyone brings such a different perspective, and their podcasts are so different, the voices. So it's really nice that everyone comes together and it's a little community. It's not about competition or who you're talking to, or this person. Everyone's very supportive, and it's awesome. I'm glad we all have the same pilot. That's amazing. And it involves so many people.
So many people, and much like the purpose of our podcast, like it was just such an excuse to get to know those people better, which is like really, if you haven't caught on to that yet, what the purpose of our podcast is. Just an excuse we use to get to know people we want to. Like, isn't that funny?
It's like a mini talk show. That's what my husband said the other day.
Yeah.
We just have like a podcast talk show.
It's true.
We love it.
The Pany
The
podcast.
pany.
Talk show.
I don't know that
Re-
we should rebrand. I don't know. I don't know.
No.
Embrace the pain.
All right. Should we get into our August things there? Because we do this every All Talk. We've got Mark here to weigh in and tell us all his favorite things this month.
All right, Mark, give us your favorite things. We're going to do the round. Favorite song, favorite food, favorite product, favorite experience.
Ooh,
So-
all of those are just whatever comes to mind.
Well, you're going to do all of them. So do you want to tell us
Alright.
your favorite song first?
My favorite song
This month,
currently,
yeah.
this month. You know, it's been an okay summer of music in terms of like the type of music I like.
Ooh,
Not
I
like-
don't know what type of music you like.
Well, I
You
mean,
don't sound excited about it.
I mean, there hasn't been like too many great releases, if I'm honest with you, and like hip hop and
Okay.
No
We're
bang.
learning
right
more
now,
about you.
like there was earlier, like May and June, and in EDM as well. It hasn't been much going on. Like where's the Martin Garrix song? It's like he fell off the face of the earth.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're like, who is that?
You-
Is that even an artist?
Well, do you
You
know
don't
what?
feel like you have a summer anthem right now?
Do you know what I like about how he's approaching this question is it's in a different way than either of us have ever approached it. Like he's starting off with like, what are the latest summer releases? Or like,
Yeah.
and I've never thought about that. I'm like listening to a song from 2000.
You're like, this is the song of my summer.
Okay, so you tell us.
I would say like overall for me, Peaches.
I was thinking.
Ooh,
Like,
by
that-
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, that's probably the last song that I was playing
Okay.
the most.
It's repeat.
Because it's
Mhm.
just easy. It's like, it's great for summer. That's probably what I'll stick with.
Okay.
Yeah, ooh, but
They're all coming through.
the Jackie
Ooh.
by J. Cole.
Ooh.
I don't know how to say that.
What about Astronaut in the
Oh.
ocean? Is that one?
Oh, that, yeah, but that was on TikTok everywhere.
Okay,
It's too
it
much.
wore it out for you.
Wore it out.
I feel that.
So yeah, there's my favorite song overall, Peaches. That's what we'll go with. The other one's good too, though. Look it up, the Jackie.
All right, Ash, what are you going with?
So I'm gonna go with what you kind of said, Sarah, songs that have nothing to do with me. I've been walking a lot downtown and I often bring my AirPods and wear them while I'm cruising around. And I've been loving Lady Gaga Joanne album.
Oh,
I just used to listen to it all the time when I walked to our studios, to Rio specifically. And now I've revisited it. I know every song, it just flows, it's easy.
oh, I have never listened to that album.
You should watch her documentary, which is about her writing.
I don't- yeah.
It's so good.
Okay, I will do that actually. My favorite song this month is, ooh, I almost just said the wrong one. It's You Should Probably Leave by Chris Stapleton. Love Chris Stapleton. That one's my favorite.
He does not want Justin Timberlake. At the same time.
No.
This is like a slow.
He does Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, I remember it's like the country is like Justin Timberlake had a country album, country-ish.
But I think it's just Chris Stapleton in the song.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mean that particular song, but
Oh, I have no idea.
But that's her favorite song.
You know, that would be a really funny collaboration to me. I need to go look this up because Justin Timberlake is so high, his voice, and Chris Stapleton is so low. They
So
might
cool.
make a really interesting little duet there. So Mark, I'll have to go check it out.
I'll show it to you after the pod. I swear it's
All right. Well,
catchy.
so as you research that, tell us your favorite food this month. What's
My favorite.
tantalizing your taste buds?
Is it a McDonald's hamburger?
I mean, let's be real. Bacon cheeseburgers are the best thing there is, and I will always be down for a bacon cheeseburger. But my favorite thing right now is it's like a particular chicken burger
Ooh.
from Shaw.
Oh,
Ooh. I haven't been
And-
here in so long.
I've never been there. Oh no, I have.
Yeah,
We've
it's in the
gone,
sun.
we've gone together.
So many times.
It's-
Okay.
You got
Chop is great. Go check that place out.
Go check it out.
Let's
Okay.
order that soon.
It's on the pricier side, this particular chicken burger, but my girlfriend who works at Shop brought it home.
Ooh.
And it was cold. And it was still the best chicken burger I've ever had.
All right. We're gonna check that out. Ash, what about you? What's your favorite?
It's at the opposite spectrum of chicken burgers and it's smoothies.
Oh,
I've been loving smoothies.
love a good summer
I
smoothie.
know.
What's the main fruit? Like what's the star of your smoothie?
It might just be, there's too many things. I usually only put one fruit in it
Okay.
and avocado, that's technically a fruit.
Is avocado
Is it?
the star? Yeah. Seed.
And also
Duh.
nut butter. I find just a scoop of nut butter.
Wow.
So nut butter is
So
the star of your
homemade
stuff.
smoothie. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, homemade
Smart.
smoothies.
Homemade smoothies are the best.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So good.
I was actually, Mark has inspired me to change my answer because originally
You're
my
so
answer was hell no. I've been really into pistachios and waffle cones. I've had ice cream quite a bit and I've been always getting a waffle cone, which is really, I recommend that investment
Decadent.
always. If
Yeah.
you're gonna get ice
Oh,
cream,
yeah.
why not? But Mark has actually changed my answer. Okay, well, Ashley doesn't like them, so.
I like them, but I don't love them.
You're just like
Interesting.
DQ cones, eh? Just
Yeah. I
Okay.
actually like
Plastic.
no cone.
It tastes like styrofoam.
I like no cone. I just like
Okay,
the
you
bowl.
like, okay, well,
Fair enough.
Aside.
we're,
Yeah.
for time, we're gonna just leave that comment. But I'm now gonna say my favorite food this month is actually Mary Brown's Big Mary, their
Mm.
chicken burger on the less pricey side
Yeah.
of the dude spectrum. It's not the dude, it is the dopest. But basically, I accidentally, like I didn't plan, someone bought one for me when I was home in Newfoundland, and I just, oh, damn,
Satisfying.
it's a staple.
Oh, yeah.
India
pride and
beer
joy of New
And Big
Orleans.
Mary's, the two things you have to have. Listen, you're laughing, it is
I'm
good.
not laughing,
Find a better
serious.
fast food chicken burger, seriously.
Get me a Mary Brown's chicken and India beer and call it a night.
Just say you
I
have
might
this.
I might drive to Sackville after and get a Big Mary.
There's
Dave
one in there,
Sampson, is
From
there?
Fairview.
What? Oh yeah, there is. Okay, Dave Sampson also loves Mary Brown's. He knows how good it is. So, two chicken burgers, we recommend you try them both.
Yeah. And you get a chance.
All right, Mark, favorite product right now. Give us some love.
It
Favorite
can be like a
product.
thing. Mine's more of a thing.
Oh yeah, it can be anything. Like,
Mine is beard oil.
oh,
Because
Wow.
are you fancy?
no, I realized that I can't go without it if I don't use beard oil. It's just, it's not great, especially during the summer. It's dry.
Okay. Does your girlfriend like the beard oil?
Yeah, that's a direct reason.
Based on
Makes
Brilla's
sense.
coaching, you
Yes.
use beard oil.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it scented, non-scented? Any tips?
All the males out there.
I mean, I don't like too strong of, I know like traditionally the male perfume is like a stronger smell. I'm not a huge fan of that, more on the
Cologne.
cologne, I call it men's perfume.
I know. I was like,
It's a,
listen, it's the same thing. We knew.
high fashion,
Yeah, you're fancy.
I'm fancy.
You're not scared to wear a perfume.
I like a more laid back, more drawn back. So,
Okay.
Light.
Subtle.
Like subtle, yeah.
All right, we like that. Ashley, what about you? What's your favorite?
My
Product.
favorite product is my Majori croissant earrings. The mini ones, I love them. I wear them every day when I see them and put them on. They make me happy.
I love that. Oh,
Canadian jewelry company. Love it.
shout out to Majori. Check them out. For me right now, this afternoon, I've been really loving coffee, but I'm super sensitive right now to stimulants or of any. I've got to reel in my alcohol and caffeine right now. Only because I have like one drink and I feel buzzed.
September.
And same thing. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so
One more
it's,
month.
I don't think I can make it.
I'm
Anyways,
kind of with you.
I
And
got
Here
it.
we are drinking beer.
Yeah.
We're having one beer, but
Mm.
so for me, really into obviously India
Very
not
good.
India Pale Ale, India beer from Newfoundland. Molson makes it, man's best friend. Can only get in Newfoundland, but this is my favorite beer, so I'm very into that right now. Also, Cafe Good Luck sells some really good decaf coffees, and I don't know the kind that I have, but I've never liked decaf coffee, but I've had one today and yesterday, and it's been satisfying my need for wanting to have more than one coffee a day.
Mm.
Smart.
So that's my favorite product right now. Mark, favorite experience?
So far this year,
No, this month.
this month, my favorite experience will be a tie
Tell it. You can do two.
between the Rival and Queen golf tournament
Yay.
and a little Stanley Cup party I'm going to in Montreal.
We're happy to
You
talk
know
about that.
what? I can't believe you're putting us in a tie with the Stanley Cup party.
Oh,
You
yeah,
just had to say
it's
that.
a hard tie.
God love
Oh,
you.
smart.
Please tell your cousin that.
First
We
thing I
could get
said was
him on
like,
the podcast.
Yeah.
That would be the collaboration of your two favorite moments.
Does he want to come on the podcast? You can come on with him. Listen, we'll put that
double trouble.
double trouble. So we'll send you off to Montreal with that in mind, all
Alex
right?
Warren, we're coming for you. Stanley Cup
Season 3.
champ.
Season 3. I love that. Ash, what about
Dog
you?
talk with Rival and Queen.
What?
Yeah, he has, yeah, that's his thing. He has shirts. We could
Yeah.
just rip around the harbor.
Yeah.
On
dog-
Sea-Doos?
Oh, yeah, that's what, perfect.
Get him down in
You need to
September.
follow him on Instagram. It's very
Crossover episode.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Put it up
We'll
there.
get Ryan Williams to come on, sit on the front of the Sea-Doo. Guess who would never be up for that? He'll have the drone. He'll stand
Yeah,
on
yeah.
I'll
on
be
the.
on a support.
Yeah, okay, we
I'll
like
figure
that.
it out. Yeah, it's in-
Ash, what about you? What's your favorite experience this month?
Mine was being down at our family's cottage and actually spending really good quality time with our family and my nieces and nephews. For the last little while, it's been like so nice.
I really love that. Oh, I love it. Mine's similar to yours. Mine's been seeing my family. So my cousins came down from Ontario. I haven't seen them in 2 years. We had a great night out all together with my cousins. I freaking loved it. Then Jennifer and I went home together on a little family vacation to Grand Falls. And that was also so much fun. Like, I love going. My sister is actually my favorite person to vacation with, which I don't know. This is not surprising, but like, I don't think people realize like she's down for anything. So like she'd go on Sea-Doo with me. She'd go paddle boarding. Like she's up for anything. I love it. So those are my favorite. That's my favorite experience this month as well.
Awesome.
Okay, before we wrap and play Queeniegrams, I have 2 questions left that are really quick. But did you have any learnings this year from the show? What did you learn?
What did you learn?
I learned, I'll tell you. I hated astrology, remember?
Oh,
And Rebecca, Sacred Starlight, changed my mind. So I learned about astrology and now I have a healthy respect for it and appreciation of it. And that was like a spot where my mind changed. And learning about psychedelics was very cool.
Yeah, that's so true. That felt like so long ago.
I know. But those were things that like I really was like not into, had no knowledge of. That was cool to learn about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say some of the stuff you kind of are drawn to and find these guests and you bring these topics up would be some of the breath work stuff, the Kundalini yoga, just things like that, that even the psychedelics you hear about, but I'm not super interested in. But once you actually learn more and hear more about people's stories or journeys, it's very interesting. And there's so much, we're only scratching the surface when we're talking to these people, but it's very eye-opening.
And it like, makes you, have less aversion to it.
Yeah, and especially just in conversations with family or friends, these things come up and you're able to kind of, feel like you know a little bit.
Dad bought me a weigh scale in case I was looking to experiment with psychedelics. Very thoughtful. Thank you, Dad.
So sweet.
What about you, Mark? Did you learn anything?
Oh my, well, definitely similar. I mean, I think I did touch on it, the human design and the breath work, which I just think I got a pretty open mind.
You definitely have an open mind.
So, I mean, if someone came up to me just on the street and talked about it, I'd be like, oh, well, that's interesting. But now it's like having some of your guests come down and sit and talk about it and explain how it all works. And especially with breath work, having not just you guys, but a bunch of people that I didn't expect to be like, oh yeah, I tried that. I
you want to come to a session? Oh my God.
I think my dad should do breath work.
Should we all do it? Maybe me, you, and your dad. We can all do it together.
Let's do it.
Okay, next month, sign us up. Lastly, this is just my last question. Ashley, next year, what do you want to see more of? Put it out there. You know us, we love to put our things out there.
In the podcast?
Yeah. What do we want to do with Rival and Queen next year?
I think more live shows.
More live shows?
More interactive things. Not that I don't like being here in the studio, but it would be nice to connect with people in a different way and just see what that experience is like.
Bigger and better.
A tour.
A tour. Oh, she said it. I love it.
I mean, it could be like a 3-location tour, but a
Doing
tour.
it.
Cape Breton, Central Halifax, somewhere in there.
We can go maybe Newfoundland.
That'd be so much fun.
That would be okay. The Rival and Queen tour. Ashley put it out there.
Atlantic Canada.
I love that. Oh, we have to go to New Brunswick because we've made so many new connections there. We want to give a shout out to Emily, Emily.shoppingsoulmate from Instagram.
She's listening.
We love you, Emily, and we've made so many new friends from New Brunswick this year. Millennia T. It's been super fun.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah. Next year for me, I think I want us to go on more podcasts as guests.
Okay.
I'm putting that out there
for
us.
us.
I hope people ask us too.
Yay.
Mark, what about you? What are you envisioning for RQ next year?
Cindy Crawford.
Oh, we've got a great year ahead. This is great.
We've got work to do.
Wow. I'm like, we all voice it. It sounds real
And
great.
Alex Florin, both of them.
We can both. All right, so more hockey players.
Yeah, more Steve Gibsons.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's just get some Olympic gold medalists on here too. I mean,
hot off the Olympics. I'm sure we can get them.
Penny.
There's some local folks too, I think, that are.
Let's get them.
Yeah, we're strong in rowing.
Yeah, we're
Over
very
this
good at
way.
rowing. Okay. Well, if anyone has any recommendations for us of who you'd love to see on the podcast next season, please reach out and tell us. We would love to hear that.
I think we should all pick one number and do a round.
Okay,
But
yep, you go.
I hope it's one we've never done before.
Okay, we're gonna wrap.
Dun, dun, dun.
I gotta pull up our Queenigrams here so we can wrap. Mark, do you want to pick the number that will answer
Okay, I'll
between
pick the
1
first
and
one.
136?
101.
That's a good number. I like that.
Have you ever had a DIY fail? I think this is a great question.
Ooh, like probably, but I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Anything here in the studio when you were moving and setting it up?
Oh, you know what? In the corner out there, the kind of, it's from Ikea, the glass
Yeah.
box, not a box. It's like
Mhm.
I don't know how
A
you would
shelf.
describe that, like a
Yeah.
shelf, but it's like a square and it goes probably, I don't know, a meter and a half tall. That's the second one. 'Cause
Oh.
The first one, when we were pulling out, shattered.
Stop.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's so
Whoops.
funny.
Glass.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about you,
yeah,
Ash? Have you-
that's right. I don't think I have.
I've definitely had DIY fails where I'm just like, put it together. I'm like, no, that's garbage. Let me just throw that out.
Really? No, I've always really enjoyed putting stuff together.
I think you're very talented at it.
I don't know about that, but I just don't know. I've had like many things when I did decorating design stuff that I couldn't find artwork and I'd have to get really creative. And I mean, they kind of probably sucked. Once my friend and I did this like wallpaper artwork thing to fit in a certain room because we couldn't find artwork. And it was like kind of hideous, but it worked.
Ooh, I need to wallpaper one of my walls, Ash. So
Mhm.
maybe I'll come. Maybe I'll
Stay
come to you.
tuned.
One of my, so first of all, if we're doing IKEA level fails, anything I have to build myself, it's never gonna go properly. I'll tell you, I have a bookshelf and the bottom drawer doesn't open because the screws are angled. So that one, you have to lift out the top shelf if you want anything in the bottom shelf. And then obviously my shelf I bought from Ikea, I put the feet of it on the top and you can't reverse it. So everything I build from IKEA and stuff like that, there's always like one, I get so close, but it's the last step. I've always messed it up. So anything I have to build myself does not go well. I like refinished one of my dressers once, and I'm actually very proud of that. But there's some dents from the sander in it.
And we're gonna redo it again.
We're redoing it again, so not a flawless experience. I think Ooh, actually, this is going on forever. But my DIY fails. I once tried to make my friend VK a Westie cake for her birthday, like shaped like her dog. It was the
Oh.
ugliest. It like when people make cakes that are like meant to imitate things and you've got the photo of what they are and then you see like this lump of a mess. It was like that.
It was I nailed it.
I definitely have
Nailed it.
baking.
It was so
DIY.
bad. I'm gonna have to find that. Have you had baking DIY
I
fails?
think, yeah, I've had some things that if you just actually forgot an ingredient, what the hell, it didn't rise or it was soupy.
Oh yeah.
you
Oh,
know, but I can't
gross.
recall. Yeah, that one's funny, the cake.
I love that. I'll have to find a photo of that for everyone.
Yes.
And it's a different-
Before we wrap, we want to give a shout out to some of our new friends this year who have supported us. Blah, blah, blah. Samantha Perel in Newfoundland. We're so happy we've connected with you. Jen Warrington, House of Moda, Oz, we love you. Emily, we gave you a shout out. Allie Litzy in Miami. But we made connections near and far this year, and we just really appreciate the community and all of your support. Thank you, and we can't wait to meet all of you in person and
For the tour.
for the tour. Like, yeah, tell us if we should come visit you. Like, write us through Instagram, connect with us. There's nothing we love more.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media at Rival and Queen, and check out our YouTube channel because you'll get to see Mark's beautiful face here this week and all the other guests.
Thanks.
And Mark, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find BNV Media on Instagram at BNV, stands for brand new view .media, and our website bnvmedia.ca.
Love it.
And if you're thinking about starting a podcast, follow.
Let us know. And if you want to check out all of the podcasts that we do, check out BNV's channel on Apple Podcasts.
Love it. All right. We are going to be back with you in
Yeah.
September.
Cheers.
We'll see and hear you guys soon.
Yay.